Greetings. I am so excited to be with you for our 8th and final season episode. Today is the season finale. Can you believe it? We've done 8 episodes of Momentum Motivation Mondays, and I have to stop and thank each one of you for your support. You've watched us continue to change how live looks on social media. We've endeavored to give you the best, and you've watched us go through this process, and you've supported us. We've watched our numbers grow. We've seen you go through allowing us to have more shares. You're watching us on different platforms of social media. I thank you for your follows, your comments, your messages. I am so grateful that this platform has helped you in the marketplace. And I just wanted to stop and say thank you. How about you give yourself an applause? Let me see the hands up in the air. Put the clap hands together. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you're tuning in for the first time, you now have time to go back and watch some of these episodes. As they say, everything great, everything good must come to an end. And today is our season finale. We're not signing off permanently. We're signing off temporarily. After today, we'll have a pause in Momentum Motivation Mondays. You'll be getting ready to move to the platform of the Kingmaker's Corner. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a moment. As you're coming in, if this is your first time joining, let me know where you're joining in from. I would love to say hello to you. Thank you. If you've come in, share this message with somebody. Hit the share button. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, thank you. If you're watching us in replay, thank you. If you're on Facebook right now, start a watch party. Invite people who you're connected to and let them know that the Kingmaker is on. As always, you know I believe credibility is key. And we're not just giving you our opinion. As an expert in the area of marketing, leadership, and purpose, I'm coming to you, pouring into you what I know has worked and what I've been blessed to be able to create and hone. I'm the Kingmaker, KervanceRoss, and it's my purpose, my job, my duty in life to touch at least 1 billion people before I die and help them obtain their optimum level of purpose, greatness, and success. We do this through 3 platforms, 3 buckets. The marketplace. Marketplace is where we all are or where we all want to be, whether we are visionaries, entrepreneurs, corporate execs, employees, organizational leaders, pastors. We're in the place where we're employing or being employed. This is what Momentum Motivation Mondays targets. You're either in the mainstream. The mainstream is who you are as a man, as a woman, your ups, your downs, the vicissitudes of your life, the challenges, your struggles, your emotions. You'll be able to join me because I have something targeted for you. We're going to take 1 week off, and then you'll come back to the Kingmaker's Corner every Friday at 5:30 p.m. We'll be able to help you by interviewing people in various platforms of life, in ministry, in business, in entertainment, in places that you may not know of and some that you will know. And they'll be telling you perspectives of challenges, struggles that they've had in spaces that you weren't aware of. It will help you see yourself in this mirror and understand how you can overcome. And then the ministry. Ministry just means meeting the needs of people. And we'll be going back to our flagship in just a few months. Wisdom Wednesday, where I'll be able to give you insight from a ministry standpoint. But today, this is the platform that we're using, and it's our season finale, and we're taking social media to a new level. So get ready to share. Get ready to tag. Hey, I see y'all coming in. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. You know, there are some people that I want you to follow. I want you to follow Stephen J. Thurston. Stephen Thurston is a project manager. He's a certified project manager. He's a leadership expert extraordinaire, and he has a new book out called Mirror Moments. I want you to go to his website, stephenjthurston.com, and purchase his book, Mirror Moments. Follow him on everything social media. Secondly, Christian A. Smith. He is a spiritual image consultant. If you need somebody to come into your organization and entity and help you craft the image, both internally and externally for your staff, executive, and your team, he's the person. He's also the owner of P Square Custom Clothiers. Follow him. Carrie Turner. Women on any level of empowerment and greatness in the marketplace, you need to be following Kerry Turner. And finally, Mark Moore Jr. He is a visionary. He's an event planner extraordinaire in the marketplace, and he bridges the gap with young leaders. If you've not registered for the Young Leaders Conference, go to exploreylc.com and register now. Follow these 4 individuals. As you know, there's a keyword at the bottom of the screen. This is our last for this season of giving away a one-on-one consultation with me. You take this keyword. When this session is over, email us at corporateinfo@kdrconsults.com. Put the keyword in the subject line, and we will randomly select one individual for a one-on-one consultation with yours truly. Follow our company, KDR Consulting, on every platform on social media, and visit our website, www.kdrconsults.com. For our final topic in the marketplace for this season, I'm bringing something to you that you need to know. I'm calling it the Entrepreneur Checklist. The Entrepreneur Checklist. I hear people all the time say they want to be an entrepreneur. You want to have your own business. And most of the reason why you want to have your own business is because you don't want to work for nobody. You want to be able to do your own schedule, do your own thing, get up when you want to, do everything that you felt like you want to do. Let me help you understand that has nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with being an entrepreneur. If there are some entrepreneurs watching me, they have their hands up. They're running around their office because this is not for everybody. This is a place where if you don't kill it, you don't eat. And I'm going to give you a checklist to help you know if you want to be an entrepreneur, and a checklist that you should make sure you check off if you're an entrepreneur. Here's the checklist. Let's get started. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Well, let's go. Entrepreneur's checklist. Number 1, ask yourself the question, are you okay with taking risk? Are you okay with risk taking? Are you okay with risk taking? Why did you ask me that question, Kervance? Whether you recognize it or not, the synonym that we use for a mortician is undertaker. Some of you are wrestling fans. You've heard of the Undertaker. The word undertaker is actually more synonymous with entrepreneur than it is with mortician. Say it again. The word undertaker and entrepreneur are synonyms because both words mean an individual who is comfortable taking risk. No, you didn't even think about it. Remember, the word explains itself. Undertaker. Taking risk that puts you sometimes under before it puts you over. Entrepreneurs are risk takers. You are generally taking a risk that what you've been called to do, what you've been purposed to do, you know, that's my word, what you've been purposed to do, that is going to work out for your good. And generally you go under before you come over. Can I get a witness? Does anybody understand that? If you're not comfortable taking risk, you may not want to be an entrepreneur. Understand that this is hard. Sometimes you're jumping out with only you believing. Sometimes you're going to put all of your revenue in it, all of your time, all of your resources in it. But I remember when I was in the financial institution, whenever you would deal with investments, which are never guaranteed, what they told you is that there were personalities in people who invested. And the people who reaped the greatest benefits were the people who took the greatest risk. They call it high risk, high reward. To know if you're on your entrepreneurial tech checklist, check off number 1, are you comfortable risk taking? Number 2, on your entrepreneur's checklist, are you committed to struggle? I really could end it right there and tell you thank you for tuning in for 8 episodes. That's enough for every episode that I've shot. But I want to help you understand. Frederick Douglass said it best. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Again, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. If you really want to be an entrepreneur, you have got to be okay with struggling. If I really had an opportunity to tell you how we built this business, built this marketing firm, how we are now almost at 13 years, how we were able to build our publishing company that publishes, ghostwrites, prints, distributes, and brands books for corporate leaders and pastors, faith-based leaders. If I told you what it took to become the Kingmaker, to be able to speak on these different platforms, if you really knew how long I struggled to get here, this was not all roses and no thorns. This was not all honey and no bees. To get here, it was a lot of struggle. It was a lot of sleepless nights. It was a lot of days where I didn't know what I was going to eat. It was a lot of no's. It was a lot of closed doors. The struggle is what makes success sweet. And if you are an entrepreneur, you've got to be okay with struggling. If you're coming in this thinking that this is about to be the sweetest thing you've ever done, stay in your job. Keep allowing them to pay you on the 15th and the 30th. Keep allowing the company to take your 401k out and match it dollar for dollar. Keep getting your FICA. Keep getting all of those things taken out without you knowing about it. Because if you jump out here on your own, you've got to be okay with struggle. Are there any entrepreneurs out there who will testify in the marketplace on your entrepreneur checklist? You've got to be able to say yes to the fact that I'm okay with struggle. Number 3 on your checklist, here it is. Do you value others first? Do you value others first? This is a hard thing for people to recognize, and they won't tell you this when you're an entrepreneur. If you're really serious about entrepreneurship, you make sure that everybody on your team is taken care of before you're taken care of. I know that doesn't sound like what you wanted to hear, but people are depending on you as a visionary, as an entrepreneur to eat. Think about it. If somebody comes to work for you, they are committing to you that I'm going to give you my best based off of an agreed to compensation, whether that compensation is bartered, whether it's currency, whether it's position, whatever you're bartering, whatever you're giving in exchange for their commitment, they're depending on you to come through. And what happens when you have people's lives, people's livelihoods on your shoulders? The last person you're concerned about is you. You're always focused on making sure that your people are well. Why? Because when they are well, they will take care of you. It is the thing that my grandmother told me. She told me, if you treat people right, right will always follow. And this is why it's hard for many of us to be successful in entrepreneurship, is because we treat people wrong so long. Treating people wrong is our MO, that our businesses go out of business so quickly because you get a reputation for being a scoundrel, for being a scumbag, for being somebody who's sweet on self and never take care of your other people, never takes care of your team. If you're an entrepreneur, you're concerned about people first. You eat last. I'm going to say that again. As an entrepreneur, you eat last. Remember, as an entrepreneur, when everything goes well, you got a great team. When everything goes wrong, you have a horrible leader. And what you do to circumvent that is be on the focus, be on the dynamic, be on the target of focusing on others first. Give to others, and they will always give back to you as an entrepreneur. You ought to stop right here and share this message. You ought to stop right here and tag somebody who's an entrepreneur, who you've been wanting to help them get better, and you didn't have the words to say, let me speak for you. Tag somebody, tag an entrepreneur, a pastor, a visionary, a creative. Let them know that the Kingmaker is on with Momentum Motivation Mondays, the season finale, and we're giving you the entrepreneur's checklist. If you're liking this, I don't even want to be able to see my face. Fill it up with thumbs, with hearts. Right now, hit the share button. If you're on YouTube, comment, share, like it. Put a comment down at the bottom. If you want to say something negative, don't put it on YouTube. Say it to yourself and just put nice stuff on there. You don't laugh enough. I want you to laugh. I want you to be there. Make sure that you're responding. Let's go down this entrepreneur's checklist. The next thing you need to know, if you're on this checklist, have you evaluated your faith? Have you evaluated your faith? Faith is going to be so important to you as an entrepreneur. Even if you don't believe in God, faith is about standing on what you cannot see now. Standing on what you believe, in hopes that what you stand on will produce what you cannot see. You got to be able to see it in your mind. You got to be able to see it in your heart first and have the faith that you're going to put everything behind what you see in your heart, in your mind, in your mind's eye, and believe that if you do the work, that it will produce a seed. Understand that it was a moment and movement of faith to become an entrepreneur, to start a business. You know how many people told me to go get a job? You know how many people told me to go and find something else to do? This is never going to work. You're not going to make any money doing this. Nobody looking for a marketing firm. Nobody wants a marketing expert. Marketing is something that's going out of style. It's not going to be popular in 10 years. If I had listened to them and not operated on faith, I wouldn't be here giving you this level of empowerment. You've got to evaluate your faith. Do you have the faith enough that when it doesn't work, that you can keep going? Do you have the faith that if you lose everything, you have to sleep in your car, on your vision, on your purpose, that you're going to keep going? Some of you have to have faith beyond your family. Why? Because some of your family members will test your faith. You'll have your mindset on the fact that when I start this business, the first people going to follow me is my family. And these are going to be the last people to get behind you. You're going to have faith to step out of that job and become an entrepreneur. I want you to check it out. If you live in the Atlanta area, if you live in Chicago or any city that has a skyline, check it out when you get a chance. Look out your window, go to the downtown area and count how many buildings you see in the skyline. You probably end up with 20 to 30 buildings. But recognize out of those 20 to 30 buildings, there are probably more than 500,000 people in those 20 or 30 buildings. 20 or 30 buildings provided 500,000 people with opportunities. Let me help you understand that 20 or 30 people have faith enough for 500,000. I'm going to say that again. 20 or 30 people had enough faith for 500,000. If you haven't tested your faith, you could be holding up one of those 100, 10 of those 10,000, 100,000 of those 500,000, because they're waiting on your faith to kick in. And if you really want to be an entrepreneur, you've got to ask yourself the question, have you evaluated your faith? You've got to increase it when it doesn't make sense. You've got to increase it when people think you can't win, because your faith will help you become an entrepreneur at its highest level. Is this making sense to anybody? If this makes sense, share it for the last time. This is our season finale. We won't be back for several months on this platform, but this is for you. The final thing on your entrepreneur checklist, here it is. Is your vision clear? Is your vision clear? What do you mean, Kervance? The Bible says where there is no vision, the people perish. On top of that, vision is where you see yourself going in your business. Your mission statement states why we exist. Your vision statement states where we're headed, where we see ourselves. Have you clearly stated your vision? Do you know where this business is going? Do you know what you plan on obtaining? I want you to get to the point on your entrepreneur checklist that you start seeing everything that could go right the same way you see everything that could go wrong. Ask yourself in your vision, do you see the major corporation and having some issues in that process? And have you planned in your vision how to correct or atone for the issues when they come up? Your vision is not just about you making millions of dollars. Do you see a vision of changing the community? Do you see a vision of employing people who other people said were unemployable? Do you see a vision of allowing your lineage and your heritage to have something to build on and eat from, even beyond you? This vision has to be on your checklist, because if you only have vision for you and not for others, it's not vision. It's just selfishness. And to be an entrepreneur, you need vision that impacts other people, impacts lives, impacts communities, and goes beyond you. If you can't check off all of these things on your list, entrepreneurship isn't for you. If you're an entrepreneur and you've forgotten some of these things, go back and add them to your list. Refine the process, because to be effective in the marketplace as an entrepreneur, as a risk taker, as an undertaker, you need to make sure you have these things on your list. Let me tell you, I hate to see this thing come to an end. I feel like I'm watching the last episode of Power, but know that it's coming back. It's not coming back right away. It's January, power went off. You got to wait till June or July before it comes back on. But the anticipation is what builds it. I'm not going to tell you when we're coming back. What I am going to ask you to do is take a week off. Go back and watch all 8 episodes. Get caught up. Share it. Help us take this viral. And then get ready to meet us on Fridays at 5:30 p.m. for the Kingmaker's Corner. I want you to get ready to migrate from marketplace to the mainstream. We're coming to continually help you. If you're not following me on everything social media, do so right now at IamKervanceRoss. Go to Facebook, go to Twitter, go to Instagram, go to LinkedIn, go to YouTube. Follow me on everything at IamKervanceRoss. Do the same thing for our company, KDR Consulting. Just follow us on at KDR Consulting. Visit our website, kdrconsults.com, and make sure that you take this keyword and email us at corporateinfo@KDR Consults. Put the keyword in the subject line, and you could be selected as one of the random people that I do a one-on-one consultation with through this platform. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you need our services in the marketing, branding, or strategic development area, please don't hesitate to follow up with us. And if there's a topic in the marketplace that you want us to cover in our upcoming season, email us at the same address, corporateinfo@kdrconsults.com, and we'll come back with that topic and help you in the marketplace. As always, it's your main man, the Kingmaker. Today is your moment of success. I want you to wake up the king in you. I want you to wake up the queen in you. Each one of you have seeds of purpose, greatness, and success buried on the inside of you. You just don't realize that when properly cultivated, nurtured, and fertilized, these seeds turn into mighty oak trees. They turn into mighty pine trees that provide resources, shade, and nourishment for others. You've not been blessed for you. You've been blessed to be a blessing to others. If nobody's told you today, let me be the first to tell you that I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Go back and watch, follow me, share, and let somebody know how Momentum Motivation Mondays has impacted you for these 8 episodes. We're taking a break. It's the season finale. Take a week off and then meet us Fridays at 5:30 for the Kingmaker's Corner on social media. You'll find us on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next season.